what's going
I know
I'm not
what's
sure what's going on
tonight.
tonight, but it's happening, ladies and gentlemen. You're witnessing like a very important moment.
Where
Katie
the
arrived,
team
like
just
she.
loses the plot.
Okay, so I'm gonna do. This Italian dish is primarily made up of pasta, cured pork, hard salted cheese, egg, and pepper. And this is pasta carbonara di Roma from Rome. So 2 points for you guys.
We forgot to mention you get a point from where it was invented, but hopefully you saw that.
Yeah. And we spend hours and hours designing the
Finally.
slides, doing them, going over them again and again and again. So
Finally,
yes. Name the 5 ingredients
in a Waldorf salad, and it is celery, apples, walnuts, I'm allergic to, grapes, Hello. Welcome back to KCM's Homebound Quiz. I'm Katie.
Back. I'm Christophe.
And as usual, the monkster. There she is.
This is Monkey, so KCM Homebound Quiz. So again, welcome back.
Yeah,
welcome if you don't.
First time joining. Today we have some of the categories you've done before, plus a new one, which you will see in the first few rounds.
Pretty exciting indeed. So if you don't know us, so we host a weekly quiz, so on Wednesday at 8 p.m. BST.
Yep, and we also do specialty quizzes that are sort of short ones that are 10 questions. Some, as you can see below, are some of the ones we've done, from celebrities to horror films, wine, so many different categories.
Yes, and the idea is to send us your suggestions. So here on YouTube, so in the comment section, but also on Facebook, because then we'll be able to create more quizzes that you'd like us to make.
Indeed.
And
should we get started? Or
and if you could like this video, that'd be great.
Sorry. And subscribe, and to also ring that yellow bell if you want notifications of any of our future videos coming up.
That'd be amazing. So thank you very much.
So now are we ready to start?
Now we can start, guys. So thank you again for tuning in.
So first round, general knowledge. We have 10 questions and 15 points up for grabs.
Yes. So let's start.
Let's start with the first question coming up very shortly.
Yep.
Very, very shortly. So question number 1, true or false? The first hot air balloon ride contained the inventor's wife and their dog.
I hope you heard that.
Sound effects from Monkey. The first hot air balloon ride contained the inventor's wife and their dog. Is that true or false?
I personally like the question anyway. We'll share more during the answers, but I find it hysterical personally. For now, it's a private joke, but you'll know.
But later you'll know.
Question 2. So please name the sidekick. So we've got 4 this week. So one is Mario, then Captain Kirk, then Shrek, and then Boney. So please name their sidekicks, basically. So for 1 point each, you've got Mario, Captain Kirk, Shrek, and Bonnie. We give it another 30 seconds?
Yeah. If you want another 30 seconds, we'll put
Yeah.
it up now, just because we know there's obviously 4 answers to think about. Or maybe we'll do
Yes.
30 seconds, but we'll cut it 15 seconds off.
Okay, yes. And you can pause the stream, of course, if you need more time. So
Yep. And we also always do a recap during the break. So you'll see these questions again with a few minutes to pick up any answers you don't catch.
yes, we try again to make it as easy as possible to follow us along. And so hopefully it's a pleasant experience doing those quizzes and it's fun.
Question number 3. We're looking for a letter of the alphabet. Which is the only letter in Scrabble to have a value of 5 points? Which is the only letter in Scrabble to have a value of 5 points?
What is it, Monkey? she answered.
Maybe she wants to come back. You want to come up here? No.
No, she doesn't want to.
No.
We also have the special monkey cam that
Features occasionally.
features Monkey, exactly, usually when she's more quiet and sleepy. So please bear with us.
Exactly.
Question number 4. So for 1 point, please name the language. So what is the most spoken language in the world? For 1 point. What is the most spoken language in the world? Makes sense.
Makes sense.
I mean, once again, we spent time fine-tuning the audio. Bought another piece of gear, which is supposed to be one of the best. So hopefully tell us how it sounds.
Yeah,
So,
can you hear us? Are we loud enough? Are we too loud?
Yep, please tell us.
So question number 6.
Question number
True or
5.
false?
Question number 5.
Question 5, true or false? I can count. It is illegal to kill a fly in the House of Parliament. It is illegal to kill a fly in the Houses of Parliament. Is that true or is it false? Fun fact.
Hysterical fact.
I'm not giving anything away.
No. I have to mention that Katie sourced that question. And most of the questions actually today again, so she's done an amazing job.
No.
Question 6. So what is pyrophobia? What is pyrophobia for 1 point? So of course we're talking about a fear here.
Oh, they're throwing in the clues.
Yeah.
It could be some type of person dancing.
Okay. We're monitoring the chat as well to
Yeah.
make sure audio is good, everybody's having a good time, hopefully.
Indeed.
Please feel free to share, of course, if other people wants to join, that'd be amazing. Share on social or WhatsApp or goodness what.
So, question number 7. This is one of our pictures. What we want you to do here is name the 2 puppets, what their names are, and the show that they appear in. So, what are the characters' names? 1 point each. And what is the TV show for 1 point?
You like that show?
I can't say much about it
But
without.
you can see if you liked it or not.
I have liked it.
Question 8. After how many years would you celebrate your crystal anniversary? Of course, we're talking wedding anniversary here. For 1 point, after how many years would you celebrate your crystal anniversary? Can you celebrate with a bottle of crystal? Maybe?
Crystal.
Crystal? Oh my god.
Oh my God,
It's
Crystal.
That was a silly
Weird
reality TV
joke.
show. Is it like rich kids or something?
Something of Beverly Hills.
Yeah. Oh my god.
It's Crystal. Okay,
anyway.
question 9, something slightly more serious.
Yes, wow.
U.S. president for 1 point. Who became the first serving U.S. president to appear on television during a 1939 broadcast from the World's Fair? So we need the U.S. president. Who became the first serving U.S. president to appear on television during a 1939 broadcast from the World's Fair?
More serious indeed. And now very serious. After US president, who created Snoopy? That's the most serious question of the bunch today. For 1 point, who created Snoopy? Well, monkey is snoring, so
She said enough.
I think it would be good to go for
The duration of the
monkey,
quiz.
and on the monkey cam.
Oh,
as
and the
well.
monkey cam later.
Yep, after the break, a bit later.
And that concludes the
Yep.
first round. And now this is our new round, as we mentioned. So this round is comedy. So we're looking for things related to comedy, comedians. So we have 10 questions and 12 points up for grabs. So we've got a picture here, and we just simply need you to name the comedian for 1 point.
Yep.
Name the comedian in that image.
It's very hard to start with.
Yeah.
And it gets easier after.
I think it's a little harder after, but yeah, we're starting easy.
Impressive mustache.
Yes. Definitely a style of a different era.
Yeah, I can't say be happy to wear one of those today, but extremely talented comedian, of course. Question number 2 for 1 point. So which comedic team brought us the Ministry of Silly Walks? And Katie suggested she would show you right now.
No.
Okay.
I love you volunteering me for these sort of talent show items.
I volunteer for singing, but for dancing, you're clearly the
No
dancer.
one needs you to volunteer. You just...
So which comedic team brought us the Ministry of Silly Walks for 1 point, please? Question number 3.
Question 3. So another comedian who can apparently play a banjo. I mean, we guess so from the image.
Well,
who knows? We weren't there live, but name this comedian for another point.
Seems happy anyway.
Yes, he does. And when we say comedians, we know that some of them are obviously actors or may have other talents, but a lot of them started off as stand-up comics or are known for comedic performances.
I think it's fair to call him a comedian.
Yeah.
Question number 4. So same difference. Please name the comedian for 1 point. Another hysterical comedian there.
Yeah, he's brilliant. I'd like to see him in stand-up, actually. I think he'd
must be
great.
Agreed.
And let us know again. I know we keep saying this, but in the comments or even in the live chat now, if you like this round or if you're like, this is not my cup of tea.
Yes, please.
Because we've got more questions lined up for future quizzes. And if people don't like the comedic round, we will just axe it. But if people love it, we'll do it more.
Yep, share your comments in the chat, in the comment section on Facebook, please. Question number 5 for 1 point each. So there's 2 points to grab here. L and H were a comedy duo act well known during the late 20s to 40s. I repeat, L and H were a comedy duo act well known during the 20s and the 40s.
You hijacked my question.
I thought it was yours, right?
It's fine.
Wait, no, it's fine. You'll do.
I'll do the next one.
The next 2 to catch up. How did that happen?
You just got, excited.
I was in the flow.
So we've got another comedian here, a late comedian. Name who she is for 1 point.
Yep.
These rounds are harder with pictures because you can't actually say much.
Oh.
So it's just silent.
I would have thought she's well known enough. But...
Yeah, no. She's definitely well known.
Okay. Question number 7. So please name that comedian.
Late comedian. Yeah. He appeared in a few films, and actually when I was putting this together, I was like, oh, I forgot he was in that film.
You did?
Yeah.
Which one?
Trying to sneak a little clue out of me. Truth is, I can't remember. Truth is, I can't remember.
I remember Ocean. Yeah. Anyway, not going to say.
Question number 8. Ernie and Eric were the first names of what British comedic duo?
Hello.
Ernie and Eric were the first names of what British comedic duo? So we're looking for their surnames, and that's pretty much what they're known as. Hi, Addie.
Hello. Thank you for joining us. And thank you guys for your likes. Again, that helps the video.
Yeah, we really appreciate it. Thank you
YouTube,
so much for last week's ones. We saw all the likes after, and it really meant a lot.
It does. It did, and it does, and it will. Question 9. So thank you very much. Question 9. So again, name the comedian for 1 point.
Yep.
It's hard, those questions, when there's only a photo. You can't
I
say
know.
much.
That's what I was saying to you earlier.
It could be a little quiet.
We can try and
I mean, the audio?
the audio, we can try and
Yep.
speak a little bit louder, or we can try and up our volume to see if that helps. Although if we go too loud, some people who have us on full volume suddenly be like, whoa. They're so loud.
I raised the volume a bit, but I can speak a bit louder. Is it better? Okay.
Perfect.
You're most welcome, Sarah. I'll speak a bit louder as well.
Yeah, indeed. I think we're ready for the next one. Final one of the round.
Okay, so
question number
final,
10. And
okay.
obviously, this is probably a comedian from a few decades ago, but name this comedian. Very well known.
For his rabbit.
I don't think he was normally known for a rabbit, but that was one of the images I could find that was like, you know, copyright free.
Yeah, I mean, so don't pay attention to the rabbit.
Ignore the rabbit. Nothing to do with magic. Think comedy.
Okay, so that rounds up the round 2. So now we're going to go to round 3.
So travel, 10 questions and 13 points up for grabs.
Yes, and as Katie said again during the break, as you know, you'll see all the questions again.
Indeed.
So no worries.
So we need the province for 1 point. Vancouver is in which Canadian province? Vancouver is in which Canadian province?
Can't hear the snoring, but
we can.
Snoring like a lot. Question number 2. So for 2 points, so can you give us the name of the landmark here and the name of the country it's in? So 2 points, 1 for the landmark and 1 for the country.
Yes.
Not much to say.
No, I've never been there though.
No,
I'd quite like to see it, although I think it might be fairly cold by the look of that photo.
I personally find it difficult to find the right landmark, but you said no, it's characteristics.
I think people should know this, but maybe everyone will be like, what on earth?
Yeah, we'll see during the answer.
Question number 3, capital city for 1 point. Which is the most northern capital city in Europe? So, which is the most northern capital city in Europe? And we have been to this.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Loved it.
Yeah, we had a great time. Even though it was cold. But northern, you know, if it's the most northern in Europe, it's likely to be cold.
And hi for the person who joined us.
Yes. Hello, whoever joined us.
Hello, welcome. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. Question number 4. So again, if you just joined us, you'll have all the questions in the break in a very short while. Question 4. So give us the currency, please, for 1 point. What currency is used in Bolivia? So for 1 point, what currency is used in Bolivia, please? Por favor.
Yeah. Correct.
Muy bien.
And question number 5.
Question 5, yes.
So we've got another picture here. We need you to tell us what city and country this is. It is one of the new wonders of the world, but the name of the wonder of the world, I believe, is basically the city. So name the city for 1 point and the country that this picture is depicting.
Looks incredible.
Yeah.
Looks like you want to go and see it.
Yes.
I think you can't go inside though, but it's forbidden.
Bummer.
Or question number 6. So for 1 point, please, could you please tell us where the Great Barrier Reef is located? So in which sea? So you probably all know where the Great Barrier Reef is, but
off the east side of Australia. But...
Yes, exactly. But it is like in which sea?
Yep.
For 1 point, please.
I have to give them a little clue. In case.
Well, for Australia?
No, well, yeah.
Well, yeah. See, I didn't do my Australian accent. My very bad Australian accent. I might do it for the
Oh,
answers.
no. Oh, no. Question number 7. We need the name of an animal. What type of bird appears on the national flag of Mexico? What type of bird appears on the national flag of Mexico? I think quite a lot of flags have animals on them.
Yes.
But they tend to be quite, distinguished animals.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like you see
Like a pigeon.
a ferret
Pigeon.
on a flag. Maybe there is a flag with a ferret. If there is, let us know.
Yeah, we don't want to be, offensive to any
Ferrets.
country. The ferret on its flag. Question number 8. So please could you tell us the 2 U.S. states? The Hoover Dam is built on the border of which 2 U.S. states? So please tell us what those states are. Hoover Dam is built on the border of which 2 U.S. states? I've been there the first time I went to the U.S. in 2001.
I think I went there in like 1997 or no, 1998.
Okay, you were first.
That wasn't my point. My point was like I was a teenager. I was really not interested.
Well,
So, question number 9, we need the city for 1 point. What city is the Bridge of Sighs located in? What city is the Bridge of Sighs located in?
I like the name.
Yeah, it's a lovely
Even
name.
in French, le Pont des Soupirs.
Yeah, it was much smaller than I thought it would be.
It is pretty tiny.
It's really tiny, and it's quite hard to get a view of.
Yes. You need to time it properly as well if you want a picture.
Yeah.
And question 10, so the end of the first 3 rounds. Could you please name the country? So, which looks like an island. Could you please name the country?
I love it. I think it's such a pretty place.
I've never been.
I know.
I want to go.
One for me to take you to once we can
Well,
escape
if
our
and yes,
our
if and when
home
we
little
can.
own country ourselves.
So name the country, please. And you'll see that picture again during the break.
Which we are now about to approach. So,
Okay.
first 3 rounds. Hope you did well, but if you're still questioning some or still wondering about some of the questions, you're going to have a recap now. Or if you've nailed it and you're like, I've got some time in my hands, go grab a drink or a coffee, go do what you need to do, and we'll see you back very shortly. What, 5 minutes?
I believe in 5 minutes.
5
yes.
minutes.
So see you soon,
See you
guys.
soon.
Take care.
Hello.
And welcome back.
Welcome back.
So hopefully you did what you had to do. You went through the questions again. No, sorry. That's not what I meant. Now you've got some nice
Drinks
wine,
topped
drinks,
up, and
exactly.
you're ready to hear the answers.
Exactly.
So,
but first of all,
first,
I thought we would do
the obligatory monkey cam, although she's decided she's going to start roaming around. There she is. She's moved and now amongst all our folders on the floor.
You're not supposed to. That's monkey. But...
That's monkey. That's what she does. She does what she does. Anyway, so
okay.
Let's get ready to hear Rumble to do those answers. 15 points. Let's see how you did with this round. Okay. So, true or false? First hot air balloon ride contained the inventor's the inventor's wife and his dog.
Yes.
False. It was a sheep, duck, and a rooster.
Which I found hysterical because when Katie came up with that, I'm like, wait a second. He was planning possibly letting his wife and his dog in this inaugural flight, but not even making it, like just in case, anyway.
I won't put myself in it. I'll throw my wife and the dog in case.
Well, anyway, I thought that was funny. Question 2, so name the sidekick. So Mario is Luigi, Captain Kirk is Spock, Shrek is Donkey, and Bonnie is Clyde. Bonnie and Clyde. So 4 points in total. Yep.
So question number 3, letter for 1 point, which is the only letter in Scrabble to have a double, to have a value of 5, to have a double, to have a value of 5 points, and it's the letter K.
For Katie.
I don't think they did that.
And question number 4, so what is the most spoken language in the world? That makes sense. It's Mandarin. Ni hao ma, ni xie wo bangyo. I'm your friend. That's the extent of my Mandarin.
That's not Cantonese?
It's Mandarin.
Okay, I'm just checking.
It's proper Mandarin.
Oh, all right, another true or false. It's illegal to kill a fly in the Houses of Parliament, and that's false. But you never know. With some of those old rules, they could still be there.
Yeah, so it was false. Question number 6. What is pyrophobia? It's the fear of fire.
And I think the obsessive love of fire is pyromania.
Yeah, exactly.
So who are the characters in TV shows? So this is Bert and Ernie, and they are on Sesame Street.
So that's 3 points in total if you found those 3 answers.
And Rubber Ducky, if you know the song.
Rubber Ducky?
I'm not singing it.
Question number 8. So after how many years will you celebrate your crystal anniversary? It's 15. Congratulations if you're at 15 or above, by the way.
And which is the U.S. president, and it is Franklin D. Roosevelt.
And even more serious question, question 10. Who invented Snoopy? It's Charles M. Schulz.
Schulz, exactly.
So please tell us in the section, in the live chat, how well you did. Now we're going to go to
comedy, 12 points. So this is Charlie Chaplin.
Yep. Very few people probably would not be aware of him. Question number 2. So which comedic team brought us the Ministry of Silly Walks? Of course, it's the Monty Python.
Yes. And this comedian, also obviously an actor, is Steve Martin. I did not know he played the banjo, though. So picture, open my eyes.
We don't know if he does, but he seems very happy when he's holding one.
Yeah, exactly. Very strange skit where he just holds one.
Question number 4. A comedian here is Chris Rock. He's hysterical in many things, including...
that animal movie.
Yeah. Madagascar.
Yes, thank you. L blank and H blank were the comedy duo act well known during the late 1920s to 1940s, and that is Laurel and Hardy.
Hardy ha ha. Question 6. So the comedian here is Joan Rivers.
Yep, Joan Rivers. She's hysterical, actually, or she was hysterical. Yes. Very dry and blunt.
And she's been busy working until the very end, because she was on E doing many things. And question 7.
And who is the comedian? It is Bernie Mac.
Bernie Mac was great as well, and I'm thinking always Ocean's 11, sorry.
Yeah. So.
But I mean, he's done so many things. Question 8. So Ernie and Eric were the first names of what British comedic duo? It's Morecambe and Wise.
Morecambe and Wise.
Which I had no clue personally, but congratulations.
And question 9. This is Billy Connolly, who has been going for quite a long time in the business.
Yes, he has. And last but not least, this comedian is Bob Hope. Extremely respected, and of course, again, we go fast-ish just to make sure we optimize the time for you watching us. Feel free to pause again the stream if it's too fast for the answers. Round 3.
So questions,
Travel.
13 points. Let's see how you did with the answers. And Vancouver is in British Columbia. So on the west side of Canada.
BC, British Columbia, indeed. Question 2. So this is Giant's Causeway, and it's in Northern Ireland.
So,
UK,
I mean, if you want to just say UK, fine, give yourself the point, but it is specifically in Northern Ireland.
I'll give yourself an extra point then. If you
give yourself an extra point. A capital city, which is the most northern capital city in Europe, and is Reykjavik.
Yeah, sometimes people forget.
Yeah, they forget the Iceland just floating off up there.
It's such a good destination.
Yeah, it's great. Highly recommend if you haven't been there.
It's amazing. Even if you have been, because we'd like to go back.
We want to go back,
yeah. Question 4. So what currency is used in Bolivia? It's Boliviano. Oh,
that sounds Italian. Boliviano.
Boliviano. I can't do it anymore. Boliviano. That's the extent of my Spanish.
And the city in the country, this is Petra, and it's in Jordan.
Yeah, and again, as I like to say, the sad truth is that a lot of people, I think, have been exposed to it after watching Indiana Jones 3, The Last Crusade. That's the very last bit. And question number 6.
The sea.
It's you?
It's you.
Okay,
I'm introducing you.
Stereo.
The sea.
Okay, the sea. The sea. The Great Barrier Reef is located in which sea? It's the Coral Sea. Coral
Makes
Sea
sense.
for one. Makes sense.
So what animal is on the national flag of Mexico? And it is the eagle.
Yep, an eagle. Question 8. So the Hoover Dam is built on the border of Nevada and Arizona.
Yep.
So 2 points for Nevada, of course, and Arizona.
What city is the Bridge of Sighs located in? And it is in Venice.
In Venice, yeah.
But you have to go through where we were. We had to look through this tiny window to try and see a corner of it. And it is very, very small.
It is very small. And question number 10. This is Malta.
Yes.
This is Malta. Like 300, remember?
Was it shot there?
No, that's Sparta. That's nothing to do with Malta, but anyway. I thought the Barrier Reef was in the Pacific Ocean. Wow.
But that's the ocean. We're talking about the sea. It's actually located within a sea.
Katie said.
I said, go Google it if you don't believe me.
But thank you for your question in the live chat. Okay, guys.
Okay.
So now let's go to round 4.
Round 4. Literature. So 10 questions and 13 points up for grabs.
Okay.
So we need the station for 1 point. At which railway station does one board the Hogwarts Express? At which railway station does one board the Hogwarts Express? Again, we think hopefully this is fairly easy to start with, but...
Mm-hmm. You don't have to say which novel or which series. Question number 2. So what was the name of Sherlock Holmes' housekeeper? Miss Wilson, Miss Hudson, or Miss Helson? So just one, of course, answer is right here. What was the name of Sherlock Holmes' housekeeper? Is it Miss Wilson, Miss Hudson, or Miss Helson?
1 in 3 chance if you don't know.
Okay, so the question before that was Harry Potter.
Yeah, Christoph's throwing out a clue for the one before if you didn't know.
Yeah, sorry, I'm checking the chat as well. That's why you and the technology. So that's why sometimes.
Question 3, book for 1 point. Which children's book begins with the line, all children except one grow up? Which children's book begins with the line, all children except one grow up?
Mm-hmm.
Very classic children's story book.
It's a classic.
Been remade many times.
Been adapted, remade, rebooted, God knows how many times. Question number 4. For 2 points, so 1 point for the book, the title, please, and 1 point for the author. There's nothing else to add.
I mean,
pretty
looking at the sticker,
self-explanatory.
if you think Steven Spielberg wrote it, you might be wrong.
Yeah. Well, he adapted it, of course, a few years back.
Yeah. Into a film.
Into a film. He
Yeah.
didn't adapt it into a book. He did a book on a book.
A book on a book.
Yeah.
I don't think that would be the first time that would have happened. You never know.
Chris Nolan could have done that after his dream in a dream in a
Dream
dream.
in a dream in a dream.
Of a book.
Of a book.
Another book.
So question 5. Which book did Mary Shelley write when she was 19? Which book did Mary Shelley write when she was only 19 years old?
Talking a book which has been adapted
again and again and again and again. We saw a play on it, which was fun.
Oh, yes. It's quite funny. It's incredible being 19 and writing such a pretty robust story.
Yeah.
Question 6. What is the missing word in this 1969 Graham Greene book title? It travels with my A. Therapist, B. Aunt, C. Undertaker, or D. Father. So only one is the right answer. Travels with my therapist, aunt, undertaker, or father.
Some good book titles in that.
Yeah.
Whichever one you choose.
Well,
different stories for each one.
Yeah. Some of them are a bit disturbing, I feel.
So, question number 7, decade for 1 point. What decade in the 20th century was The Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe written in? What decade in the 20th century was The Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe written in?
So, of course, it's in the Chronicles of Narnia series of novels.
What were the other books in that?
I read a few long time ago.
Testing you now.
No, not now. I'm too tired now. Question 8. So the city here. So Charles Dickens wrote A Tale of Two Cities. What are those two cities? So it's 1 point per city. So Charles Dickens wrote A Tale of Two Cities. What are those two cities? 1 point each.
Yep. I don't think I've read that.
And two cities dear to my heart.
Da-da-da. And question number 9. Yes. So we've got a cover of a book. There's been a few covers, but this is one of the most popular covers of this book, so hopefully it's recognizable. We need you to name the book. But it's written by Arthur Golden, so hopefully that will also help.
Mm-hmm.
Name this book or novel for 1 point.
Yep. Good movie as well.
Yes, I think actually that image could have been.
I think it's from the movie.
From the movie that they obviously, when they republished the book, they put that.
Shot. The cinematography is exceptional, and the story, of course. Last question again of the round 4. So we'd like the name of the books, the series of books, and the author. So Tom Cruise, controversially due to his height, starred as the hero in 2 film adaptations of this novel series. So Tom Cruise starred as the hero in 2 film adaptations of this novel series. There's so many more books. Please give us the name of the series and the name of the author.
Much taller and buffer and very different. Anyway, so in the last round, sports and games, 10 questions and 11 points up for grabs. So question 1, game for 1 point. This is a game popular with kids drawing a set of squares on the ground with chalk and jumping from box to box. I need you to name the game. This is a game popular with kids drawing a set of squares on the ground with chalk and jumping from box to box.
Mm-hmm.
And there are a few names in other languages, but I think it is the same in English in most countries. But Christelle.
Got an announcement to make. I decided to transit.
So Christophe will tell you the French one in case you might know that instead of the English one.
That I will, and that is true. Question number 2. So the wood of a cricket bat is traditionally made from which type of tree? Is it oak, is it beech, or is it willow? So for 1 point, the wood of a cricket bat is traditionally made from which type of tree? Is it oak, is it beech, is it willow? For 1 point, please.
Yeah, we'd originally just had this as an open question, and then we thought maybe we should give three
maybe.
options. So maybe you're thinking, oh, this is easy, or maybe thinking, gosh, there is 3 options.
Yeah.
So picture here, we've blurred out the name. We want you to tell us what board game is this? Name this game. And it does say the game of sweet revenge, if that is of any help as a clue. It's one of those games that can get quite heated, actually, a bit Monopoly-like, or it certainly was in my family.
Oh, Monopoly, of course, yeah.
It was very passive-aggressive, actually.
You owe me $200 on my hotel. Question 4. Why were the 6 Olympic colors, blue, yellow, black, green, red, and white, chosen? So there's a very valid reason why those 6 Olympic colors were chosen. Could you please give us the reason?
Yep. Yeah. And obviously white being the background, but the other colors are the rings.
Yes. Makes sense when you think about it.
Mm-hmm. But I never would have guessed that until I found it out. So useful
Yeah.
piece of knowledge. Oh,
we're back.
We're back and we're going back. Okay, so true or false? The royal family are not allowed to play Monopoly, which we just brought up.
Monopolies.
Yeah. So is that true or false? The royal family are not allowed to play Monopoly. 1 out of 2 guesses to get it right. Sounds like it could be true. It also sounds like it could be false.
Yeah.
Which is it?
I mean, like you can't kill a fly in the Houses of Parliament.
You know, that could have been true. If someone told me that, I probably would have believed it.
Question 6. So please name the sport for 1 point. So please name the sport for 1 point. I feel like it's that's much more popular in the US, Canada, or
it's certainly
not so much in Europe.
Yeah, but I think it's definitely played still.
I mean, I'm saying in France, for instance, I don't even know if it's played at all. But
yeah, but you guys, you know, you do your own thing.
You don't want a French person with that. Actually, that's too dangerous. It gets heated, you know, on the
butterfly
field.
Catching. All right. So, question number 7. Answer for 1 point. How many Grand Slam titles in tennis has Andy Murray won? How many Grand Slam titles has Andy Murray won? 1 point.
Yep.
Would you have guessed this right?
I hesitated between 2, and then I think I got it wrong at the end.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew that was that or that, but
yeah. 4 or 5.
6
8
or
10. 1 or 2.
Something like that, in between those 2 ranges. Question 8 for 1 point. How long is a rugby union match, excluding stoppage time? So again, for 1 point, how long is a rugby union match, excluding stoppage time? Okay, that's super easy if you know your rugby union. If you don't, that's of course a bit more tricky.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say, though, if you don't know, it's not the same as football or soccer.
And question number 9, the penultimate question. Name the game for 1 point and name the origin country for 1 point. I haven't played that for a long, long time.
Me neither. But bird is the game.
What?
Bird is the name.
What?
Family Guy.
I know, but what are you talking about?
That's what name game was funny.
Oh.
Obviously not. Question 10. So final question here. What city will host the 2028 Olympics? For 1 point. What city will host the 2028 Olympics? That will conclude our round 5.
Yep. So once this round ends, you'll get another break, a bit shorter this time, but enough to still...
We'll go full screen first.
We'll go full screen. I know. We'll do the usual thing, but you know.
Yeah, just do the thing.
I'll stop and we'll wait till we go to the full screen.
Give it 1 second, okay?
Okay.
Now we're back.
Now we're back.
Okay.
And now you're going to get your break, which is how long?
3 minutes.
3 minutes. So still enough time to top up your glasses or do what you need to do.
Do what you need to do, and you'll see the questions again.
Yep. And we'll catch you shortly.
See you very soon.
Bye.
Sorry, monkey like he's snoring like there's no tomorrow. Hello, guys.
Hi, welcome back.
Welcome back.
So, do you want to do a quick monkey cam while she's snoozing?
I thought I would, yeah. Just a quick one, yeah.
She's out for the count. She's looking real tub, but we assure you she's not overfed. She's just desperately in need of a grooming right now.
We're going to groom her next week if I have her groomed.
So next Wednesday, you'll see a skinnier.
It's going to be like a rat.
Like a rat dog.
So we hope again that you managed to go through all the questions, even the one you might have missed.
Yeah, and with these like sort of preview slides, let us know if they're actually useful to review or whether you don't really use them at all because you can get the questions and the time.
We've always, again, usually we create things we would like to see as well in during those quizzes. So we thought that during the break that might be helpful, useful to see all the questions. But if it's not, please tell us because
we'll just
it's another thing to do when we put together those quizzes.
Yeah, and we can just put a holding slide. It'll be much easier. But
no
again,
problem.
if it's useful, tell us.
Yes, hopefully it is.
Great. Good to know.
Thank you, Soph.
So,
okay.
Literature, 10 questions, 13 points up for grabs. Let's see how you did. At which railway station does one board the Hogwarts Express? And it is King's Cross. So obviously from, as you mentioned, the Harry Potter books.
Yes. Question 2. So what was the name of Sherlock Holmes' housekeeper? And it's Miss Hudson.
Yes.
Miss Hudson. 1 point.
You can hear him hollering for her.
Miss Hudson.
Yeah, exactly. Which children's book begins with the line, "All children except one grow up," and it is Peter Pan, of course, the boy who never grew up.
And how many movies have been made on the story?
Yeah, if you can name how many movies, you get 1,000 extra points.
Exactly. The exact number of movies. Question 4. So the book is the BFG, and the author is Roald Dahl.
Yep, Roald Dahl.
Yep.
Question number 5. Which book did Mary Shelley write when she was 19? And it's Frankenstein.
Oh, Frankenstein.
Frankenstein?
In the musical we saw.
Oh, what is that? What is it called?
I can't remember the name now. But that was a parody of...
yeah, it was a parody. And it was done by that guy.
Okay. Exactly.
Really not helping. We'll probably think of it later.
But that was hysterical. I can't remember at all the name. Question 6.
This is you.
What is the missing word in the 1969 Graham Greene book title? It's Travels with My Aunt.
Yep, Travels with My Aunt. I did read
Not
that.
Travel with My Undertaker. That's the
that could be
thing.
a really good book.
Bit grim.
True. So, which decade in the 20th century was The Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe written in? And it was the 1950s.
And as a matter of fact, it was written published in 1950, and it's one of 7 books in the Chronicles of Narnia, which have been published between 50 and 56.
And what were those other books?
So we don't have time, unfortunately, but I would gladly talk you through the total list of books.
So, city for 1 point each. Charles Dickens wrote a tale. I know I've taken your question. Charles Dickens wrote a tale of 2 cities. No. What are the 2 cities? London and Paris. 1 point for each.
And the clue, 2 cities dear to my heart.
We didn't skip one, did we?
Did we?
No.
No, we didn't.
No,
Why
we
would
didn't.
we?
I don't know. Just checking.
Because we skipped 4 questions last time, you mean? Like 3 weeks ago. Okay, question 9. So the book here is The Memoirs of a Geisha. That was a beautiful movie as well. And question 10.
Book series and author 1 point each. Tom Cruise, controversially due to his height, starred as the hero in 2 film adaptations of this novel series. And the novel series is Jack Reacher, or rather the character as well, the hero. And the author is Lee Child. But I heard he's handing over to his brother to start writing because he's done. Well, that's what I heard. Who knows?
And they also think of doing a TV series, but with a brand new actor, like a young actor.
A taller actor.
I mean, young can't be young because Jack Reacher is 40 plus, but it's also 6'5" and 250 pounds. Anyway, but and I'm reading the latest book. If you're interested, probably not. But yeah, it's good. If you want a good page turner,
go for Jack Reacher. Easy read.
So round 5.
Sports and games. I think there was 11 points. Can't remember, but you will have seen it. So, game for 1 point. This game is popular with kids drawing a set of squares on the ground with chalk and jumping from box to box, and it is hopscotch, or in French.
La marelle.
La marelle.
Marelle. So nothing to do with hopscotch.
But yes.
Yeah.
So if you know it in your own language, take the point.
Exactly. Question 2. So the wood of a cricket bat is made of willow. Willow.
And this game is sorry. And the reason it's so passive aggressive is because you intentionally try and knock people off the board, but you say sorry.
So we've got confirmation in the live chat by Dennis that Lee Child had enough apparently. So thank you, Janice. Question number 4. The 6 colors of the Olympic flag, were chosen because every nation's flag contains at least one of them. So one of those colors.
Every flag in the world has one of those colors.
So about unity. And
exactly.
So that makes sense.
Question 5, true or false? The royal family are not allowed to play Monopoly, and that is false.
That's the weirdest question. Question 6. So that game is lacrosse. Which, again, I don't even know if it's played at all in France. Or maybe in
it's funny though, because it almost sounds like it could be French.
It does, but yeah.
So, how many Grand Slam titles has Harry won? Has Andy Murray won? And it is 3.
Yeah, and I don't know why.
I think 2 U.S. Open and 1 Wimbledon, or 2 Wimbledon and 1 U.S. Open, or something like that.
I always forget one. I said 2, but I knew it was 2 or 3. But Question 8. So how long is a rugby union match? And it's 80 minutes.
Excluding stoppage time.
Yeah. And of course, football would be 90 minutes. So.
And this game is Chinese checkers, depending on how you spell it. Q if you're in the UK, CK if you're in the US. And it was basically invented in Germany. If you've seen one of our earlier quizzes, you might have had a heads up because I think we had a similar question about where
it's invented. But there was no
picture.
No. So slightly different question. And the final question for today and answer. So question 10. What city will host the 2028 Olympics? And it's Los Angeles.
Yes.
Are we happy about that?
Yes, we're happy about that.
Yeah. So congratulations
if you live in LA.
If you live in LA. I don't know. It's always tough, those hosting cities. I feel it costs so much money. So I don't know if it's congratulations. But it's fun when it happens. And of course.
And if it works, you get a lot of money from tourism. The world gather there
if it's possible to travel.
Yeah.
So yes, thank you
anyway,
so much.
Moving on swiftly. Thank you so much for watching. We hope that you enjoyed this week's quiz. We're going to say it one more time. If you enjoyed the quiz, give us a thumbs up. Please subscribe. And if you want notifications, ring that little yellow bell.
Yes, please. Of course, leave your comments and suggestions for questions and also for specialty quizzes. If you've got like topics you're interested in, please feel free to tell us.
Yep. And if you're bored one day and you just want 15 minutes of entertainment, try one of them out. We've got loads of different ones.
Oh, well done. 52. That's good.
Well done. 52. Very good.
Yeah, so that's it. So see you next Wednesday, hopefully at 8 p.m. Please share around you because that helps us a lot.
Definitely.
And reach out.
Tell your friends. Please do get them to like the Facebook page and hopefully they'll want to come and see one of the quizzes in future. But thank you again so much for joining. We really appreciate it.
See you in the next video.
Bye.